Lanzarote is a Spanish island, easternmost of the Canary Islands in the Atlantic Ocean. The reasons you definitely should consider Lanzarote for a cycling holiday are warm weather all year round, well-maintained and safe roads with the majority of drivers being considerate and respectful to cyclists, and scenic routes with magnificent views. As a bonus, you can enjoy swimming in the ocean after a day of riding. In this video, I will share my experience of the Lanzarote cycling holiday and inspire you to visit the island yourself. I am cycling along the coast in Puerto del Carmen. On the left hand side there is a promenade and then a sandy beach, and on the right there are shops and restaurants. It is a small coastal town west of the airport. Here are a couple of views of this part of Puerto del Carmen. Let me show you the route I took on day 2 on the island. It is 80k and 1000 meters of elevation. This is my footage from this day. There are some steep slopes in Puerto del Carmen if you cycle north away from the ocean. One of the rare instances where the road surface is not great is west of Puerto del Carmen. This is motorway which leads to Uga and Yaiza. You can see that there is plenty of space on the right hand side where you can cycle. This is me at the southern entrance to the Timanfaya National Park. You can see the lava fields created by the eruptions in the 18th century. There are 32 larger volcanoes and 100 smaller ones located in the area called Montañas del Fuego, the Mountains of Fire. This was my bike for the week. It is Sensei Giulia Evo Ultegra carbon road bike with Di2 wireless shifters. Super nice and very capable. I rented this machine at Bike Sensations Puerto del Carmen and can recommend this fantastic place. They have a large selection of bikes and were willing to adjust the setup for me. This beautiful road is in Timanfaya National Park and the area is Mountains of Fire. By the way, the island hosts one of the oldest Ironman races in Europe, which is famous for its undulating cycling route. This is what inspired my visit. I arrived at a stop in the middle of the national park. This is a touristic place where you can take a ride on a camel. There are toilets, a museum and a small shop here. I carry on further north towards Mancha Blanca, enjoying the wonderful views around. You can tell by the smile on my face that it is a very enjoyable ride. After the Timanfaya National Park, scenery changes a bit. The area along the road is a bit more developed here. This is a view over La Santa. I made it to La Santa on the opposite side of the island from Puerto del Carmen. A lovely view of the coast and the ocean here. This is a beautiful road from La Santa to Caleta de Famara. Stunning view of the sea cliffs here. After Caleta de Famara, this is the turning point on the road to San Bartolome and Puerto del Carmen. Next day I decided to take it easy and ride along the coast to Costa de Giz. Here are some views I saw when riding along the coast. This is a promenade close to Arrecife. This is the view of Arrecife city center. And I made it to the final point of this day, Costa de Giz. It is a very nice place, I really liked it there. Although I haven't spent much time here. On the way back I visited small harbor in Arrecife. Next day was the longest ride. I covered 106 kilometers and it took me 6 hours total time with 1 hour stops. I gained 1600 meters of elevation this day. Day 4 was my longest ride and I started with the climb to San Bartolome from Puerto del Carmen. It took me 45 minutes to cycle 10k. I really liked how they marked the border of the San Bartolome district. Shortly I arrived to a small town of Teguise. Just look at how nice this place is. Constitution Square in the city center. On the way to Aria you will see surveillance station. After another 10k and steep climbing, I arrived at Mirador Barranco del Chafares. Such a beautiful view. After that there were a few switchbacks and fast descent to the town of Aria. Unfortunately I haven't filmed it, but believe me, it was amazing. I am getting close to my final destination, Mirador del Rio. You can see a smaller island of La Graciosa in the background. looking back to where I came from. Small town of Los Santos is somewhere there in the distance. I still have a little bit of road in front of me to get to the top. Beautiful view of La Graciosa Island. My road back was also great. I haven't filmed it, but there will be an amazing descent to Arzola, where I followed road number 1 for a while and then turned back to Teguise. I finally made it back to Puerto del Carmen and went for a swim. After a long ride yesterday, I decided to take a shorter route and rode west to El Golfo and Salinas del Janubio. I liked this very nice stretch of road close to Yaiza. This place is Salinas del Janubio. Definitely recommend to visit, they produce salt here. A little bit further along the road after the Salinas there is Mirador Costa del Janubio. I stayed here for a while just watching the ocean. This is the same place, but I'm looking westwards. View over the Salinas on the way back. And again, great roads of the Timanfaya National Park. Then I followed the road to Mirador Los Hervideros. I highly recommend this place, amazing views. When I was there, it was rather windy, as you can see, the waves are quite high. And then it was time to return to Puerto del Carmen. I really liked this cool red mountain and decided to stop and film it. My last day I didn't have much time because I had to return my bike back to rental company, and I decided to do a short route of 50k. It took me 2.5 hours to do it. All routes will be in the video description. On my last cycling day I had a flat tire. Thankfully I had a spare inner tube and was able to quickly change it. A little bit after La Asomada, where I had a flat tire, you can see growing grapes which are protected by rock fences. This is one of the best views I had over the week. I'm cycling through Timanfaya National Park, but from north to south. Last day the weather changed, it was windy and cloudy, but I was lucky to have a week of sun. I stayed in this hotel Icora Suites for a week and I can highly recommend it. Holiday was over and it was time to return back home. Hope you found this video entertaining and helpful. Please consider subscribing to my channel. Thank you and see you in later videos.